It was an ambush right after this man had just gotten off tour from another country.
How can a person fully function? Do you understand how the brain operates? He couldn't even breathe. They talked about him almost dying and all this other stuff. And then you want to put out a video about a debate? You debating a dead man, bro.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
You debating a dead man, bro.
Billy Carson is suing me. No, I didn't. And that letter that you showed, defendant number 2, was not a lawsuit letter. It was a cease and desist letter that you have taken and utilized illegal content and put on your platforms and have dispersed that illegal content to many platforms against my wishes because it was never publicly available content. There was a do not consent and a cease and desist on that from the very, very jump, long before anyone else got their hands on it. So in that case, you're now distributing illegal information.
Billy Carson's wife accidentally exposes Billy. She weighed in on the recent debate between her husband, Billy Carson, and Wes Huff, a Christian historian and linguist, who masterfully but respectfully dismantled Billy and his lies about Jesus and Christianity. She made matters worse for Billy.
Unfortunately, this defendant number 1 and now defendant number 2 had a whole thing planned to attack him. So as he went over there, I'm going to show you guys a picture to show you I'm not lying. This is him over there. Look at his arm
During the debate.
Look at his arm. He just got out of the hospital. Look at his arm. He had just got out of the hospital.
No one forced Billy to debate. He could have canceled if he was sick. That's a secondary issue, by the way. The main problem was Billy going to different podcasts and shows, lying that Jesus was never crucified and making false claims against Christianity.
Never got crucified. As a matter of fact, the Sinai Bible, Jesus was crucified. Well, that doesn't exist in the Sinai Bible. The Sinai Bible. The Sinai Bible. But then you go to the Sinai Bible. In the Sinai Bible and the Sinai Bible. Statement is according to the Sinai Bible. Okay, according to the Sinai Bible, Jesus wasn't crucified in that Bible. That Bible predates the King James Version of the Bible. In Egypt, what did he go there for? To learn the Egyptian mysteries. Who taught the Egyptian mysteries? Thoth, the Atlantean priest king. And so Thoth was the teacher of the Egyptian mysteries, or the ancient mysteries, is what it was called. And then he leaves there and he goes to Tibet to learn Qigong and Reiki healing. And then he heads down into India to learn the mystic arts, teaching reincarnation all the way back.
Or saying that Christianity has to end.
This religion has got to come to an end because it's a farce.
Now, when he went over to this place, he's thinking that there's going to be a friendly discussion. And mind you, if I would have known about this, it would not have happened because no debates happen with Billy. You want to debate Billy, you got to pay $50K. Everybody in the world wants to debate Billy. Everybody.
No, it's a known thing.
Everybody in the world wants to debate Billy.
It's a known thing. It's a known thing.
Oh, really? You have to pay $50K to debate Billy, but he has never debated anyone, according to him. To help us reach more people, please like this video, subscribe, and enable the bell icon.
Who have you debated?
Whoever did debate.
Have you ever had like a public debate with anybody? Like it's on YouTube, we can see, or no?
Haven't had a public debate. There's only one person that wanted to debate me, but he only wanted to debate me so that he can clout chase.
Is he a big name or no?
Well, he's not a big name. He's trying to become big, but you know, I looked him up first. I researched him before I disagreed to do it.
You're open to debating anybody?
I'm open, yeah.
Okay, so if we set up anything with anyone else that's maybe expert in the area of topic that you know, you're okay with a panel like that?
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. God detests a lying tongue and a prideful heart. They lead to a person's downfall. It sounds like Billy and his wife are panicking because if everyone knew about their deceptions, they would have fewer people to deceive and their pockets would dry up quickly.
We're going to do an actual show called Verses, Bible Verses. And it was going to be moderated by a very famous person, a very famous pastor. And it was going to be respectful, produced nicely, and not doctored. Back to this interview. He went over there, sat down, couldn't get a word in. As soon as he would try to rebuttal anything, the video on defendant number 2 would disconnect.
If this lady had any iota of credibility left, she just lost it. This is a blatant lie because anyone who watched the original debate knows that Mr. Carson spoke for quite a bit. Yes, there were a few times Wes had connection issues, but to claim that the line disconnected any time Billy wanted to defend his lies is an egregious falsehood.
If you say it's an unfortunate expert, I'm going to go with that. Let's talk about the Old Testament a little bit. That's fair enough. I can respect that.
At least 2 times, Carson conceded to Wes and could not give any rebuttal. It is unfortunate that Billy's wife lies in front of the camera to defend her husband. This is not good.
Anytime he would try to get a word out, disconnect. It would disconnect. The technology would disconnect, so he never got a word in, number one. Number two, he had just got out of the hospital.
That's the whole point. Why is it even a debate going on, for one? And for two, why is it going on while Billy is not even 100% himself?
He's not himself.
And you literally see it in the video. And then people want to talk about a debate and he got cooked and all this other stuff. Really?
This man almost died.
How can a person fully function? Do you understand how the brain operates? He couldn't even breathe.
He couldn't even breathe.
His whole purpose of being there was to support his boy. He thought he was going there for his boy. So this is a lesson for everyone. Be careful who you trust. Be careful who you call your friend, because they'll wait for some of your weakest moments and they will attack you. In this weakest moment of Billy's, he showed up with his boy thinking he's helping his boy out. Little did he know it was a damn ambush.
It was an ambush right after this man had just gotten off tour from another country, almost died, spent days and nights in the hospital.
And if you don't believe us, it's a video out there. If you keep track of the days, you talking about receipts. We made a turkey video around the time when it happened. So we're not making this up. Where Billy himself and Elizabeth, they talked about the illness. They talked about him almost dying and all this other stuff. And then you want to put out a video about a debate? You debating a dead man, bro. Come correct.
When he's healthy, he couldn't even breathe.
Can you imagine debating somebody about some deep stuff? And the only thing he's thinking about is, how can I take my next breath? He barely was able to make it through the airport. We had to literally push him in the airport, have somebody push him in the airport in a wheelchair. So this is the same person that this guy debated. He cooked.
All emotion, but no substance. Why are these ladies not addressing the actual debate? They won't, because they know Billy lost the debate big time and has been exposed for who he really is. Again, he could have rescheduled if he was sick. Sending or allowing his wife to put out this type of video shows the heart of this man. He's unwilling to acknowledge his errors.
Wow. He had just got out of the hospital.
That's how you want to do it?
That's how you want to play your best friend? It's ridiculous. And the sickness of these people of God, I see it all over this chat.
Let alone
as I'm sitting here in tears, she's in tears, talking about a man that's helped millions of people. Millions.
But he's a fraud, though. And
millions
and
of
all
people.
of this is happening over what? Clout.
Millions of people he's helped.
What exactly did he help millions of people with? Leading them to the broad road that leads to eternal destruction.
And you'll see, look, our people, our leaders, the followers of Forbidden Knowledge will never go onto other pages and try to troll on people and talk all this smack that these people in here are talking right now. They'll never do that because we don't put out that type of energy. Because we care. We have hearts. We care.
It just goes back to the root.
They threatened our 12-year-old. They threatened our child. These people of God threatened our child. This is the sickness that we are dealing with. Our 12-year-old. They went up on his posts and his videos and wanted to spew hate. This is the sickness that we are dealing with.
No faithful followers of Jesus Christ should go after a child who has done nothing. Billy must be held accountable for spreading countless lies about the Bible, Jesus, and Christianity. But if it's true that people are attacking Billy's child on social media, it's wrong. It's not a Christ-like behavior. We want to address a point Billy's wife raised earlier, alluding to the fact that her husband was ambushed.
It was an ambush right after this man had just gotten off tour from another country, almost died, spent days and nights in the hospital.
Nothing could be further from the truth. Billy knew about the debate and was informed ahead of time who Wes Huff was.
For those of you who don't know, I was invited to interact with Billy on a podcast that he agreed to come on. It was not his podcast, where he was notified beforehand who I was and what we'd be talking about. After that debate took place, Billy attempted to suppress the footage. That didn't really work.
Sadly, Billy and his wife are full of pride, but they don't seem to know it yet. Pride is one of the most destructive forces in a person's life, often leading to spiritual downfall and broken relationships. Scripture warns against the dangers of pride, highlighting how it leads to a hardened heart and self-reliance that excludes God. Proverbs 16:18 states, "Pride goes before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall." This verse shows how pride precedes destruction. It blinds individuals to their need for humility and repentance, as seen in the fall of Lucifer in Isaiah 14, verses 12 to 15, and King Nebuchadnezzar in Daniel 4, verse 37, both of whom were brought low by their arrogance. In contrast, James 4, verse 6 reminds us, "God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble." Pride fosters division, causes strife, and blinds someone to truth, while humility opens the door to God's grace. The destruction pride brings is not just personal, but communal, affecting families and even communities. True wisdom lies in embracing humility and surrendering to God's will. We sincerely pray Billy Carson and his wife will surrender their lives to Jesus Christ. To fully understand what transpired in the debate between Billy Carson and Wes Huff, check out this video.